Okay, so this will be a short video hopefully on how to transfer content from one page, our old page, in this case I'm doing a newsletter page, to its new location. So this is Newsletter Archive. One thing that you'd want to do is be sure to download any files that you need. And one tip, if you're linking to a file directly, like a PDF or something like that, I've renamed this one fall underscore 2013 underscore winter 2014 because this is what actually shows up as the link. So it's rather than, you can highlight, you can upload the file and then copy that link and then put that onto regular text as a link, but it's probably going to be easier just to use this sort of convention for files that are going to be linked to as visible links. So normally I might want to control the layout using the panels feature, but right now for editors I'm trying to figure out how to get the permissions set up so that you can actually do this. Right now you get an error. You can add some other things, but for the class presets you can't actually access them right now. So we'll do this the old way under the normal edit tab, and this will work fine because this is a relatively simple page. It's just basically a table of contents. So I'll copy this. Actually, I'm just going to copy this because we don't really need this. It'll already be evident to the viewer. I'm just using Control-C to copy. And I usually use, since I'm in Chrome, Control-Shift-V to paste as text. But you can, I'm just going to delete this text real quick. I added this paste as text icon. So if you click that, unlike our old site, how it used to give you a little pop-up window and you'd paste in there, this one it just stays depressed, and now anything that you paste in using a regular paste, if I right-click and paste, it comes in just as text and stripped of all of the formatting and the code. And that's okay because all of these will have to be recreated anyway on our site, so those links would be bad. So let's add the image that I have here, and so I'll put the cursor in probably at the top level here. Add media is where you'll add files and images. We're on the upload tab, so I'm going to choose a file, and here's my, and I want the image, the last image we had. So I selected it, click next. If this file is going to be viewable by the public, you do have to just leave this as public. Probably there's not going to be much of a reason for most of our content to be in the private space. So just hit next. So this is the name. We might want to put in some alt text. And the explanation here is that this is what alt text is what screen readers will use and search engines. And the title text is what will display when the person hovers over the mouse. Usually if there's no title text, whatever is in the alt text will display, so you don't necessarily have to do this one. You have the option to crop. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click Save. And I'm going to do this as responsive, so that way it'll adjust to different viewers. So unlike our old editor, you used to be able to control size and positioning while you're adding the image. With this editor, it's a multiple step process. So here I might want to resize this one slightly, make it a little smaller. While I have it selected, I'm going to go over to Styles, and I'll do Image Align Right. And let's see what this will actually look like. I'll probably need to do one more thing after this. That's still gigantic. Let's see what we can do here. Right. I'll do this. I'll use this caption option because I found that even if you don't add a caption, it will allow the text to wrap around it. So let's see how that looks. Well, better. Still not ideal. There's some kind of trace outline for the caption. So we might want to work on that. Let's edit. Let's see what happens if we do this. Clear that style. See how well those work together. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and link up that PDF that we had. So this is the original text we had. Normally you would think, right, that you would highlight the text, you'd go up to Add Media, and maybe upload the PDF that way. Again, public. So I found that with PDFs it doesn't seem to do anything changing these options. But I'll do it as a link. You'll see what happens. So it took that the file name and it put a little icon in here. You'll notice that the original text is gone. Since it says PDF right there, I don't think we need that. And so that's basically just adding the PDF in like that. Fall, winter, that's interesting because the file name itself had capitals, but apparently this doesn't respect that. Well, let's hit save, see what happens. At this point, you know, the content doesn't have to be perfect just yet because obviously we're on quite a deadline. So make sure this works. Yes, it does work. We may want to have that open in its own window since it is PDF. And interestingly, there wasn't really a way to do this until I added this extra link icon. You'll see there's one up here that's a link icon, but there are no options for it to open, so you'd have to go into the source code and edit it that way. But I added this other link icon down here in this lower row, and that one will let you open the link in the new window. And so there we go, so it opened in a new window. Now normally you would be, if you have other pages created that you're linking to, you'll just highlight the text, go up to the link box. And one nice thing about this link it tool is that you can start typing in the title of the the page you're looking for. Let's say I was looking for news and events, which this isn't really what I'm going to link, but and it tries to pop up a list of the nodes on the site. Now one thing is that it will only give you the node number rather than the sort of the friendly URL number. And the problem with that is that it affects the way the breadcrumb trail shows up. So I try not to do that or go back and correct it later. I know that's kind of annoying, but we'll see if there's a way to fix that at some point. So I didn't actually make any changes on here, I don't think. Oh, I did. I don't know. I'll hit save anyway. And so that's the sort of quick and dirty how to add an image, how to create a link, add a file, upload an image file, and the sort of quirks about this this naming system for links. So let me know if you have questions.